Hey, wonderful people, and I really mean wonderful. In reply to my Tic Tac and Calvin film yesterday, some of you have reached out to share information, stuff that you actually know. Today I'm going to read out a couple of your comments which move this story forward. This one's from Fraser Connell 21. He's a well-informed chappie. He says, if a transmedium craft started its operation underwater, could you imagine how it would cause hydrogen and oxygen in the seawater to separate and boil? Now that would cause a surface effect similar to what was seen by Commander Fravor as it was being vented from the ocean. You obviously know your stuff. Yes, I think you're on to a good point here, Fraser. It's very likely that the craft was launched underwater. The aerogel drone type craft, and I've no idea whether it was, but aerogel drones can be hydrophobic. They repel water. If you put that material in water, it doesn't get wet. There's like a surface tension between water and the object, so that it can actually go underwater in a bit of a bubble, making it human technology transmedium. It then would pop up to the surface and oscillate as its vacuum pumps were evacuating all the air out of it. It would be seen to wobble around a bit, probably in a bit of a racetrack, human programmed orbits, oscillating, and then it would fly up. It actually flew up when, very specifically when, Fravor and Dietrich and the other people in their F-18s saw it. It was aware of the Navy overhead. Somebody was monitoring this situation. It was definitely intelligence. Was it alien or was it the Department of Energy? You decide. And I really thank Murgatroyd 999. Dave actually reached out and answered the question that I had, and that is, surface and air operations in that MOA off the coast of Southern California are controlled by FAC, Fleet Area Control and Surveillance Facility San Diego. So they're the controlling authority, based out of Navy Base Coronado. So excuse my pronunciation. Naval Air Station North Island with a small detachment on San Clemente Island, not Catalina. Yeah. Okay, that's great. San Clemente Island is used exclusively by the Navy, with the SEALs using it for a lot of explosive training. I think it is highly unlikely that if the Tic Tac was a black project SAP, that it was being officially operated and sanctioned by FAC in the same working area of the MOA as the Nimitz and the Princeton. Yeah, it's very odd. The controlling authority is responsible for coordinating and deconflicting anything that appears in these MOAs. There was no way that they would allow a Tic Tac type craft to operate in the same area at the same time as the aircraft carrier Nimitz, without Fravor and his chain of command being aware of it. The danger of 5,000 plus human lives and billions of dollars of hardware from an unknown craft not being under positive control from the controllers on the Princeton or airborne controllers on board E-2 Hawkeyes in such close proximity to a nuclear-powered ship like the Nimitz is not something that would be sanctioned by command. It is possible, though, that a black project SAP could have unofficially operated the Tic Tac without sanctions, but the risks seem to make that rather implausible. Princeton had been seeing objects on the radar for days before Fravor saw the Tic Tac. So thank you, that's great. We now know who were the controlling authority. In a follow-up to that reply, the excellent Dom Furlong, who is a patron and a long-time viewer, says, it may have been a rare crossover incident to test the technology. There is a facility on the island, that's San Clemente Island, housing LIP technology. He knows what he's talking about. I always believe that is where the projections come from. Okay, so projections? What's all this about? Well, Dom Furlong and I have long discussed whether plasma laser projections that can project ghost aircraft and can be projected over a great distance, a technology that is being worked on and has been deployed in pods now. You can actually make a 3D looking replica aircraft. Think of a cat and a laser pointer. You can wave this thing around. It looks real. It looks three-dimensional. It looks solid. But in fact, it's a holographic type, but it's not a hologram. It's a laser plasma projection of an object. A simple object back then would be Tic Tac shaped. It's now in the shape of F-35s. I mean, it's definitely a technology that exists. It defies all the laws of physics because it doesn't have any physics of a solid object because it's just a projection. I still think that's possible, but I'm also interested in aerogel drones being transmedium hydrophobic and being able to ascend vertically only at a great rate of knots. The other thing that I forgot to say is about the CAP point issue, where the Tic Tac goes up and then it flies down to the CAP point and takes up a racetrack type holding pattern. Well, think about this. Maybe there's two. One flew up, and over the CAP point, one flew down. It's not necessarily the same one, because it doesn't have horizontal speed. Why would an alien technology take up a very established human racetrack type holding pattern? No, that'd be something that would be programmed by humans, I suspect. Today I'm formally reaching out, obviously, to David Fravor and Alex Dietrich to actually tell me what the operation was like in the MOA. Just confirm whether, as a humble Cessna private pilot, I've got it roughly right that live fire exercises would cease if there was a non-communicating aircraft on your radar. And talk about the duration of the sighting and talk about who the controlling authority is. And also, if you work at the Navy Controlling Authority in the San Diego area, please get in touch and just tell me about day-to-day operations. Tell us how multiple parties can work safely in your MOA area and how you do it. That would be fascinating. Thanks, everybody. Obviously, a whole bunch of people said it's an alien craft, and yep, it could be. Who knows? I'm not really saying what the craft was. What I'm saying is it has some strange characteristics of being in a very specific military operational area. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks everybody for making smart comments. Because of you, the truth is out there.